Hi there and welcome. I'm Jordan, and in this video I'll be sharing my results after 30 days of grounding. If you don't know what grounding is, it is basically having your body come in direct contact with the earth. And you do this because the earth has an abundant amount of electrons, and once you come in contact with the earth, those electrons are absorbed into your body, which makes your blood and cells function at their optimal level, which decreases inflammation in your body. And technically, inflammation should not exist in the body when you are in direct contact with the earth because of this flood of electrons. And really, inflammation is the root cause to a lot of health issues. Even lichen sclerosis is a chronic inflammatory skin condition, and so I think coming in contact with the earth and letting your body absorb those electrons and letting your body function as it should will ultimately lead towards healing. So I only recently heard of grounding and earthing, and that was from the Earthing movie. I highly recommend watching it. It's very informative, and I will leave a link in the description below so that you can watch it as well. There's really so much information in that movie on how our bodies function, how the electrical grid of the earth works, and how that works in correlation to our bodies. So truly, I really recommend watching that movie. It is so good, and it's one of those easy watches. It's not very boring, and so it kind of keeps you in tune. So after watching that movie, I also wanted to try earthing and to see if I'd have any results. If you know, I have lichen sclerosis, but my lichen sclerosis has not been active for 3 years, so really it wasn't to do with my lichen sclerosis, although I do think it could really benefit those that do have lichen sclerosis. But really, I was looking for day to day, did I feel different in any way from doing earthing, having my feet touch the ground, to not doing it. And so I decided to do 30 days of consistently doing earthing. I would go outside and play with my children with bare feet, maybe sit in the grass, read a book. Also, we would go on morning walks with bare feet. I even bought the earthing mat just to extend the amount of time that we are being exposed to that energetic field of the earth every day. So I'll just share my results after a month of grounding. Again, we were doing outside bare feet and sleeping on the earthing mat. Actually, I should quick explain what an earthing mat is for those of you that don't know. And I did buy a 2-pack, one for my daughter's bed and then one for my bed. I am nursing all night long with my little baby, and so he sleeps right next to me, so he was also sleeping on the earthing mat. But an earthing mat is basically a conductive material that you plug into the wall. And you plug it into the wall because one section of an outlet is grounded, and so that's coming into direct contact with the earth. The earth's energy is being transferred through the cord and onto that conductive material. I have my grounding mat right here. Again, I bought a 2-pack, and these ones are the smaller ones. I think they're technically for having your feet on them, or having your hands when you're working on the computer touching them. But I got the 2-pack because it was less expensive, and I wasn't ready to buy 2 large ones for our beds if I didn't know if they worked or not. So this is the earthing mat I have. It's blue on this side. This is not the conductive side. It's this leather material is the conductive side. It says earthing, and this is the part that plugs in. It's just a little plug right here. And then you have a cord, but the outlet is different. I was concerned because I did not want to have my children sleep on anything that had any electrical current from the house. But I don't know if you can see it, the outlet, the 2 parts that the electricity runs through are just plastic, so they are not active. It is only the grounding one that is functioning. So that was very important to me. So no real electricity, it's just those electrons from the earth are coming through. So there's that. And it comes with something that checks your outlets to make sure that they are functioning and they are grounded properly. And that is this little guy. Just plugs into the wall, and if 2 lights turn on, it means that your outlet is grounded properly and you can use it. If not, it means some other things. And it has what the different combination of lights means on the top so that you know if you are using a safe outlet. My pack of 2 grounding mats did come with the earthing book and a QR code for the earthing movie. Okay, so getting into the results and what I noticed after a month of grounding. And the first thing I noticed when I started sleeping on the grounding mat was when I would lay on it the first 2 days, I would get this really strange tingling in my arms, and it was actually almost painful. And I thought that was really strange. So I looked it up, and it is actually very common to have a tingling sensation in your extremities when you are first beginning grounding, and that is just your body is trying to get back into like the rhythm, the energetic rhythm of the earth, because maybe you've been insulated from the earth for so long that you've kind of created this own energetic field. And so you're getting back in tune with what the earth's energetic field is. And that is just kind of like the byproduct of it. It could even be like your body detoxing. Let's say like you hold your phone all day and you're getting the energetic field from your phone. And so maybe that tingling is like your body detoxing. So that's kind of an idea behind it too. But it does go away, and mine did go away after like 15 minutes of laying on the mat. It would go away. But when I went to go sleep on my mat the second day, I had the same thing, like the same tingling, like almost painful feeling in my hands and my arms. My children did not seem to experience that at all. I don't know if because they're so young or because they're in contact with the earth more than me. I always wear shoes till reading this. So maybe I've just been so insulated from the earth and that energetic field for so long that could be, or maybe again, holding my phone and being on my phone and absorbing that could also be a reason for that. But I thought that was really strange. I did not expect that, but it did make me feel like, ooh, I think this mat is working, like something's going on, because I definitely felt different in my arms and my hands when using it. But as time progressed using my mat, I didn't feel anything, and I no longer feel anything when I go to sleep on my mat. I just feel normal. So it's nothing that lasts, but that's something I experienced that really shocked me. The second thing that I noticed right away when using the grounding mat was that I was sleeping so well. And that's really saying something for a nursing mom who nurses all night long. Like I'm constantly waking up, but between those feedings, I was sleeping so well, and I felt like my body was energized. Like before, I was getting very irritable and like grumpy, like I wasn't getting enough sleep. And when I would sleep, I wouldn't fall all the way asleep until the next nursing. I feel like I'm getting really good quality sleep now, a deeper sleep. I have also noticed once using the grounding mat that my child that sleeps with me is also sleeping a lot better. My baby wakes up to nurse, and my baby will fall right back asleep after nursing, which was not the case before. We were having like an hour after we nurse, baby would be awake and like active and not ready to fall back asleep. But after using the grounding mat, I have noticed that my child is ready to fall right back asleep immediately after nursing, which is really nice. And I think that is also contributing to me sleeping better as well. For my toddler who is also using a grounding mat, she typically wakes up very often in the night and needs help falling back asleep. But once using these grounding mats, she's still waking up every once in a while, not nearly as much, and she's not needing help every time falling back asleep. Maybe once in the night she'll need help falling asleep, but it was actually quite often that she was needing help. But once using the grounding mat, she's not needing help falling back asleep. She'll kind of like moan or like slightly wake up, and then she'll fall right back asleep, which is really nice, especially because we have another little baby that is constantly waking up. So I have noticed that difference. But I have also noticed, which is maybe a little bit of a downside, I'm not so sure, but the day I put a grounding mat on my toddler's bed, she stopped taking naps. And it took me a few days to realize, oh, it's the grounding mat that's doing that. Like it must be that during the day there's a different energy going through the earth than at night. I did read that somewhere, and I think that was actually really affecting her not being able to take a nap in the afternoon. So I decided I would try having her fall asleep somewhere else, not on the grounding mat, and put her in her bed once she's sleeping. And so I have been rocking with her in the rocking chair. I always like to sing to her before she falls asleep. So I've been singing to her in the rocking chair, and she'll fall asleep, and then I'll bring her, put her in her bed on the grounding mat, and she will sleep that way, but she will not fall asleep if she starts on the grounding mat. which was really a surprise to me. And I think there's something to during the day, there's a different energy than at night. I'm not sure if there's really something to that. Again, I did read that somewhere, but that's what I noticed to be true. It definitely affected my daughter's nap. Another thing I found to be really interesting with my daughter sleeping on a grounding mat is because you saw it's just like a small mat. I did not get the big ones. I have noticed at night when I go to check on her, she will move and bunch up on her grounding mat and always wants to sleep on the grounding mat. Like even if we lay her down like the opposite side of the bed, she will find that grounding mat and she will sleep on top of it. I don't know if that's because like little children just like can feel that energy or if it feels better. I don't know, but she likes sleeping specifically on the grounding mat. Another very odd thing that I did not expect to experience doing the earthing and grounding was I actually started going to the bathroom like all the time. And when I mean going to the bathroom, I mean like going number two. If you know, I have lichen sclerosis, and that is linked to chronic constipation. And after like walking around with my feet in the ground and doing all of this, I have had no problem with constipation, which is actually pretty interesting because I was just recently pregnant, had trouble with constipation, and I'm trying all this magnesium and all these other things, and they're helping, but this helped the most. So just walking bare feet on the ground, sleeping on my earthing mat, like has helped get rid of my constipation. And so like if you have lichen sclerosis, that's why I think there's something to doing this when you have lichen sclerosis. Like doing this process is actually affecting my body, and I just thought that was really interesting. My mom has also been trying to do earthing and grounding when she can, having her feet in the ground. And I told her like, Mom, like my daughter and I, we're going to the bathroom all the time. Are you also having that? She said, that is so funny that you're saying that because I've been going to the bathroom all the time too. So I don't know if you've been constipated or maybe even not. I did not expect for that to happen, but that is one of the results that I'm experiencing, and so is my daughter and actually my mom too. So I recommended this to my aunt. She had surgery a few months ago, and after having surgery, she has not been sleeping very well. So she also bought the earthing mat. She got the set of two, and so her and my uncle are both sleeping on one. I just checked in with my aunt this morning, and she said she is sleeping so well after doing this earthing and grounding. So that is what I have for you today, what earthing is and my results after a month of doing grounding. I truly have noticed a difference in my sleep and how I feel. I just feel happier, not irritable. I'm sure it has something to do with the sleep. Like I said, going to the bathroom more often, but it has been making an impact on my daily life. So maybe you'd want to give it a try. I hope this video brought you some value, and if it did, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.